My husband stuck it in crazy, and now the house echoes with the aftermath. We met, as people do in movies, in a dizzying rush of attraction, a whirlwind that blinded me to the storm gathering on the horizon. Now, only the silence screams the loudest. Brandon's charm was a weapon, honed and practiced until it could cut through the thickest of doubts. I ignored the warnings, blinded by a love that roared louder than any advice, deafened to the truth until it was too late. The house began to whisper secrets, its walls absorbing the lies that bloomed like poisonous flowers. His cologne lingered, a phantom scent of infidelity that choked the air, a constant reminder of his betrayals. He learned to lie with a voice so steady, so rehearsed, it sounded like the truth. The scratch on his shoulder, the lipstick on his collar, each a marker on the road to my own unraveling. I hired a private eye, driven by a slow burn of morbid curiosity. The truth arrived in photographs, a grotesque scrapbook of my husband's infidelities, each image a nail in the coffin of our marriage. Svetlana was different. She leaned into him like an axis, smiled at him like she had nothing to lose, touched him with a possessiveness that chilled me to the bone. The detective called it obsessive, and his tone dripped with a fear he couldn't mask. I didn't confront him. I watched, a silent observer. In my own life, cataloging his betrayals like a morbid collector of fossils, each lie, each touch, a layer of sediment burying me deeper in this house of horrors. His excuses were elaborate performances, stories spun with unwavering eye contact, meant to erode his guilt, not convince me. He lied with his hand steady on my knee, a mocking gesture of intimacy. Even our bed became a liar, whispering false promises, carving out small refuges of denial. But the truth was a rising tide, threatening to engulf us both. His phone began to ring like a death knell, a constant intrusion of a life I was no longer a part of. "It's over, Lana," he whispered, a phrase that shattered the last vestiges of my sanity. I staged a meeting, a calculated collision. Svetlana looked exactly as the photos promised, young, desperate, knuckles white on the strap of her bag. I told her I was his wife. And the words landed like a curse. She crumbled, pleading for a truth I could no longer offer, a love that was already poisoned. I showed her the photos, a litany of dates and places, a map of his infidelities. I wanted to give her a way out, a mercy I had never received. "I love him," she whispered, a declaration of devotion laced with desperation. She left like a ghost, haunted by a love that would ultimately consume her. Brandon didn't come home. The phone rang unanswered, a silent scream in the empty house. The detective's photos offered no comfort, only polite, terrible evidence. The police called, and their words cracked like thunder in the small room. Skulls crushed, blunt force trauma, 2 bodies, Brandon and Svetlana, found in a 1-bedroom apartment. Svetlana had vanished, scrubbed clean from the world. The press swarmed, friends offered hollow comfort, and the house smelled of bleach and death. I was a widow by law, haunted by the DNA the coroner didn't need to explain. The study door stayed shut, a tomb sealing away the secrets of our marriage. They asked about his affairs, and I told them everything. A repentant historian laying bare the ugly facts. I cried on cue, a performance for an audience eager to believe my grief. The house closed in, suffocating me with its silence, its walls echoing with unspoken accusations. I was alone, a prisoner in my own grief. I imagined hands, the way someone can hold a skull, not to destroy, but to end an argument. Svetlana on a bus, on a plane, dissolving into someone else, free. I picture my own hands, palms open in pleading, or clenched into weapons. I have considered many things in the small hours, running, confessing, the weight of a stone. People ask if I'm scared of her coming back. I think of the mall, the flicker of hope in her eyes, the quiet that followed. Am I afraid of Svetlana? Maybe. But a quieter terror has settled deeper. The ease with which the world believes the story you need it to. Between the study door and the scent of perfume, I have found a patience that can be dangerous. Maybe she was crazier. Maybe I am. The house listens. It knows my secrets. It waits with me. Each creak, each whisper of the wind feels like a judgment. The walls hold the echoes of lies, the ghosts of betrayals. Sleep offers no escape, only nightmares of shattered skulls and accusing eyes. Svetlana's face, contorted in a silent scream, haunts my waking hours. I replay the scene in the mall, her desperate plea, my cold righteousness. Did I save her or seal her fate? The police report sits on my kitchen table, a neat box of evidence, a testament to a tragedy I can't escape. I clean the house, scrubbing away the stains, trying to erase the memories. But the scent of bleach only amplifies the stench of death. The world sees a grieving widow, a victim of circumstance. But the house knows the truth, the darkness that lurks beneath my carefully constructed facade. The patience I've cultivated has become a weapon, a slow, deliberate poison. I am the architect of my own reality, and the house is my silent accomplice. The house waits, and so do I. For the truth to be revealed, for justice to be served, or for something far more terrifying to unfold. The house listens. It knows. And it will tell its story, one way or another.